The ESIC dropped a big old investigation update this past week. Nothing too surprising for a lot of people out there who've been waiting several months for the release of anything when it comes time for former and maybe some current CS pros and also some current Valorant pros being involved in match fixing. It will likely go down as one of the biggest, if not the single biggest investigation in esports history, as there are now dozens of pros who have already been found guilty. In particular, we have the Australians that we have also covered a bit in the past. Several dozen of those players found guilty in match fixing accusations. The handling of that was a bit hairy here and there. An update on the ongoing investigation for North American match fixing, well, it's still pending. They have now found 3 players guilty, thanks to the ESIC for an update on this, and they are further investigating 34 other individuals. Now, we have actually reached out to the ESIC for clarification of these individuals. Are they all players and pros? Are some of them support staff, maybe coaches or colleagues or people involved in these match fixing scandals? But still, they have now found guilty 3 people that we already kind of knew were guilty. ESIC just giving their official statement on these 3 players, and they are still properly investigating with, it seems, maybe in cahoots with the FBI for some of them, 34 other CS or Valorant individuals. I mean, that's just incredible. But when it comes to this case, it comes as no surprise. We actually covered this back in April, thanks to Dust 2. It was a leaked audio recording of some ESEA North American players, lower level pros in the Counter-Strike scene, who were found guilty because in this leaked audio recording, what did they do? Well, they pretty much directly talked about the fact that they were going to fix these matches, even give their stream, or of course their perspective of the game itself, going to stream it to their opponents. That was also revealed in these messages, whether they do it via Discord, but somehow, some way, show their opponents their own feeds of the ongoing game and fix the match. It's also these 3 players who continue to talk about this. One in particular did not talk as much as the other 2, and luckily he was given a less sentence, but they were all punished pretty heavily. As you have these players named as Retchy, 4Pack, and Carson openly discussing throwing matches while sharing a stream of their gameplay with the opponent. Each player was indeed found guilty, with Carson receiving a lesser punishment as he conversed on the match fixing topic only once. In the leaked audio that we have, as 4Pack and Retchy, well, they held the main conversation, and thus afterwards, and brought to us by the ESIC, Retchy was handed a 5-year ban, as was 4Pack, while Carson, for his lesser role, was given 111 days, which since the ESIC actually started their investigation, and with it being so lengthy, he is now properly served and now remains unbanned. And although seemingly I think 2 of these 3 guys no longer even compete, so was justice really served? Or are you just at this kind of level of pro play where these guys can just go and, have regular jobs instead? Oh, I'm found guilty for 5 years. You know what? I think it's probably time to wrap it up. That's going to be a lot of cases when it comes to match fixing. We've seen it in just about every single game out there. So yes, we have 3 punishments handed out, 5-year bans for being involved. I mean, that's no small feat. Can we expect that for the 34 other individuals if they are players? And will this carry over into the games they are now playing if it so be Valorant? There are so many open-ended questions out there around the investigation, and it took so long to actually implicate these 3 that seemed publicly to be so utterly guilty. It leaves you wondering how long it's going to take to properly investigate 34 others at length. And also it makes you wonder how it didn't take that long for the Australian players to be found supposedly guilty. We've had a lot of back and forth about a few cases there in the Aussie scene of maybe being falsely banned, but I imagine these investigations take a lot of freaking diving and a lot of time. So how long will 34 others take, as we've already been waiting several months, slowly approaching a year? I mean, will they be out of their careers by the time they're found guilty? I'm sure the ESIC is swamped. So if you guys want to go show them some love, give them a follow, and do anything we can. And hopefully it comes out sometime in the near future. What do you guys think about this? 5-year bans issued for a couple CS players involved in match fixing. 34 more to go. And that's just for North America. Pretty crazy. Drink water, drink coffee. I'll catch you back here sometime soon. Take care.